Well, guys, it looks like you just can't keep the market down these days, and you gotta buy those dips quick when you get them. Somebody must have told those market makers that I was planning to buy the dip today because today we're recovering. Yesterday we saw Bitcoin sell off about 10%, but so far today it's already had a recovery of about 7.5%, and it looks like it's actually turned this symmetrical triangle into support, hopefully. But I don't really know if this formation is very valid anymore since it doesn't really look like a triangle. Usually whenever you see a breakout of one of these patterns, it doesn't usually break to the downside and then break to the upside. That'll usually just invalidate a pattern. But either way, it does look like we're hopefully breaking above this previous level of resistance, and hopefully if we can turn it into support here, any good news is going to send us for another leg up, and maybe the next stop is going to be about $50,000. Speaking of buying the dip, apparently buy the dip mentions have spiked after Bitcoin's sudden drop on Wednesday, and this is a sign that retail investors are starting to re-enter the market, as social chatter, according to this article, leaned bullish on Wednesday after a speculative report about a potential delay in the expected ETF launch in the US saw the price of Bitcoin fall. If you look over here at Google Trends, you can see that buy the dip is actually broken out, and it is higher than it has been in the past year. But this is just the beginning of the bull market, and if you go and look at the past 5 years, you can see that it's definitely on the rise, but it hasn't reached anywhere near the levels that it did in the previous bull market. So we definitely have some room to go. Like I said, this is just a sign of the retail investors starting to re-enter the market, and really this is when the FOMO is going to set in, because this is going to have people posting all over X about it and other social media websites, and whenever that catches on, the mania will begin, and everybody from the last bull market that was talking to you about crypto is going to start calling you again. Whenever the normies start to get back into crypto, most of the gains are already going to be had, and if you're already in, then count yourself lucky, because like I keep saying, this might be the last opportunity to make life-changing wealth, and you've caught the train. All of these banks that have previously been bearish on Bitcoin and said that it was just a scam and all of these negative things are all starting to accept the technology and get in, because they know that it's their biggest threat and their biggest competitor, and if they don't get in, then they're going to get replaced. Here we have an article by CoinDesk that says Goldman Sachs is eyeing a Bitcoin ETF roll via the BlackRock and Grayscale ETFs. It says Goldman Sachs is in talks to play a key role of being an authorized participant in BlackRock and Grayscale's Bitcoin ETFs if the SEC approves them, according to people familiar with the situation. As I was talking about before, whenever we were talking about JP Morgan being an AP, that is one of the most important jobs in the multi-trillion-dollar ETF industry, a role that involves creating and redeeming ETF shares to ensure the products trade in lockstep with their underlying assets. This means that Goldman Sachs would be in charge of making and distributing and actually redeeming Bitcoin ETFs and exchanging them for cash. And as it said, that's a very vital role, and it's really important. But most importantly, for Goldman Sachs, it could give them a reason to stick around for the next 100 years or so. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are obviously traditional banking institutions, and they've had a lot of power over the last 100 years. But now Bitcoin is the biggest threat to their industry, and as I said before, they know that they better jump on board or else they're going to get left behind, because just like Blockbuster went out of business whenever entertainment media went online with Netflix, now these brick-and-mortar banks might also be in trouble as the whole financial industry moves on to Web3. Speaking of the financial industry moving to Web3, here we have some news that Visa has unveiled Web3 loyalty platforms, allowing brands to create custom-branded crypto wallets. This is really exciting, and it's not just all about the Bitcoin ETFs these days, as other big institutional players are starting to get into the space, and they're going to push cryptocurrency to new heights and cause mainstream adoption. When they bring a variety of Bitcoin and crypto-related products to the mainstream, and it works seamlessly with brands that they already interact with on a daily basis. It says Visa has released a new Web3 loyalty engagement solution designed to meet modern consumers' evolving digital needs, offering immersive experiences like gamified rewards, augmented reality treasure hunts, and novel ways to utilize loyalty points. Now, don't get confused, I'm definitely an idiot, but I'm pretty sure that what this is saying is they're trying to make a way for a bunch of businesses to actually offer rewards to their customers through a Web3 platform, which might actually include stuff like NFTs that you could redeem for actual products. Maybe you could think about it like kind of a Pokemon Go where you could go around and pick up NFTs or something like that. That's just one real idea of how this thing could play out and how big companies that have been around for a long time can offer new products and rewards to the customers that participate in Web3 activities. Here's a promotional video for the service in question.
Web3 loyalty goes beyond, expanding opportunities for brands to reward customers for everything from social shares to viewing content. It's an interactive, gamified experience that lets customers earn and redeem value in new and engaging ways. Here's how it works. Trina the Traveler is headed to Paris. At the airport, she scans a QR code for the airline's rewards program when checking her luggage. Trina has a web-based digital wallet, so she's automatically subscribed as an airline rewards member with a token in just a few clicks. She earned a day pass to the member lounge and can relax before her big flight. At the hotel, Trina's given a digital key card and welcome packet with a loyalty offer for completing fun and simple actions. She decides to check 2 actions off right away. She completes a brief survey on her mobile device and follows the hotel on social. She then redeems her newly earned tokens for a hot stone upgrade during her massage tomorrow at the hotel spa. Trina's ready to hit the town and decides to treat herself to some shopping on the Champs-Élysées. She opens her Visa Partner Loyalty web app and finds a virtual treasure map powered by augmented reality that shows available deals and special rewards offered at stores nearby.
See, it could kind of be like a Pokemon Go thing, like I was saying, with that app with all the rewards spread around town. I mean, you can kind of figure what a rewards program is. You've participated in them, and they've been around for a long time. But now you could basically see it as a more convenient and streamlined way to receive rewards from the businesses that you patronize on a daily basis. NFTs are going to definitely be coming back, and while there's going to be a lot of applications to where these things could be implemented, I think this is going to be one of the biggest ways that NFTs are actually going to change the world that we live in. And it's probably going to be one of the most enticing to consumers because they can actually get something that they care about. Plus, it'll be really easy to use and seamless with all of the apps that they probably already use for the businesses that they patronize. And hopefully there won't be a huge learning curve so that they'll have to learn all about cryptocurrency to actually engage in the products, which will onboard a lot of people into cryptocurrency because I think that's been one of the biggest barriers to entry in the past. Cryptocurrency is just really confusing and most people don't have the time to figure it out. A lot of people have talked about the killer app that's going to change cryptocurrency and bring it to the mainstream, and I think something like this is going to be what actually does the trick. Finally, here we have an update on Dogecoin with the moon mission growing nearer. According to this article on You Today, Dogecoin to moon. 635 million Doge change hands ahead of the Doge 1 mission. As Doge 1 preps for liftoff, 635 million Doge dazzles and stellar shuffle between Robinhood, Binance, and unknown wallets. It says in a flurry of activity reported by Whale Alert, the transactions totaling tens of millions of dollars reveal a dynamic dance of Doge liquidity. With the price of Doge being at about 8 cents right now, that equals $50,800,000, and that is definitely significant and could have an impact on the price of Dogecoin if they do decide to sell those or something. Usually whenever crypto is being moved to an exchange, that is a sign that it's going to get sold pretty soon, and maybe they're expecting the Doge 1 lunar mission to be a sell the news event, but in my opinion it would just bring interest back to the Dogecoin project, and it would probably send the price to the moon, possibly even kicking off the price action and the hype for the retail investors in this bull market. Either way, it says this intricate crypto shuffle unfolds against the backdrop of the Doge 1 lunar mission scheduled for launch this winter. Sponsored entirely by Dogecoin, the cubesat mission by Geometric Energy Corporation aims to collect lunar spatial intelligence using onboard sensors and a camera. I don't know what that means, but it's pretty sci-fi and really interesting, especially since a Doge meme has funded the whole thing. But if you thought that was sci-fi, well then you haven't heard nothing yet, because this is really crazy and I don't think anything like this has existed before. It says the satellite set to ride the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket will display images and Doge-inspired digital art on a small screen, broadcasting them back to Earth. I'm not sure where you're going to be able to see these broadcasts, but it is pretty interesting to actually have a screen out there in space broadcasting images back to Earth. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to rent space on that little screen. And hopefully all of that ad space can be paid for in Dogecoin as well. So let me know in the comments, have you guys been buying the dip, and do you think that the Doge 1 mission is actually going to kick off the price action and cause retail investors to FOMO in again? Or do you think it's going to be a sell the news event like a lot of people are expecting the Bitcoin ETF to be? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Most importantly though, don't forget to have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.